Victory. Victory. Victory, victory, that's my battle cry.
Victory, victory, that's my battle cry.
SOLDIER.
SOLDIER.
Soldiers, soldiers, that's who we are.
Soldiers, soldiers, that's who we are.
Hi everyone, my name's Sierra Whaley.
Hi, my name's Khadija McNair, and our project is about homosexuality amongst military members. And we're going to touch on the effects of the Don't Ask, Don't Tell before and after it was established.
I have a current active member by the name of Keith, who I will be interviewing in terms of his experience. Keith, at what age did you reveal being homosexual?
Approximately at, I think it was like at 16 years old.
Okay, and did you feel uncomfortable going into training knowing that people might feel a type of way towards you for identifying as homosexual?
No, I didn't feel uncomfortable. I was just cautious in a way, considering that I did know the year that I joined the military was the very next year after they did away with don't ask, don't tell, that kind of policy that they had going on in the military. So I was just kind of cautious on what to expect, and that was it.
As far as the don't ask, don't tell, as far as your personal feelings, do you feel like that has definitely improved from previous discrimination in the military? Now that the don't ask, don't tell has been implemented, do you feel like that's definitely changed, like the status of, how people are viewed who choose to identify as homosexual?
Yes, I definitely feel that those things have changed and gotten better when it comes to the view of people who are homosexual. You have those very, very rare people that just absolutely can't take it. But the key is, and this is what I'll tell you, when you are around people that you're really not sure whether they agree with it or not, I mean, even if they don't agree, they may just not understand fully. If they want to know, you explain, to them, what it's all about, so they have a better understanding, so you can educate them on something that they're ignorant about, but they can't help being ignorant on that topic because they're not the same way as you.
Exactly.
And on top of that, another way is to not always force your homosexual ways on them, because everyone's not comfortable with that kind of stuff. They're not comfortable at all. So you kind of have to just be you, but don't be talking about, things that you probably talked about in, behind closed doors and stuff like that. And I have several coworkers and friends that they tell me every day they absolutely love me. A lot of them are guys, and they're like the infantry type of guys, so they would be the ones that you would expect to not, agree with it, but they're very, very open-minded. As long as you keep your cool, and you have to know your boundaries. If you cross those boundaries that are kind of set but not exactly voiced, then you will know that you basically messed up, and that's just the key to it all. And if you stray any farther than that, as far as being extremely flamboyant and whatnot, then you'll definitely have an earful of what people have to think, and that's when it's up to you whether you're.
The female I chose to interview for this project name is Malaya Mack. She's currently a PFC, Private First Class in the U.S. Army. She's a CBURN, which is her job she does while serving. CBURN stands for Chemical, Biological, Radiological, Nuclear, and Explosive. I asked her a number of questions, and she didn't feel comfortable with me recording her, so I have them typed up. The first question I asked her was, when did she figure out she was gay? She said, I knew I was gay in the 9th grade. I would see females and not understand why I liked looking at them. I didn't understand why I couldn't shake that feeling, but soon I came to my senses and tried to talk to a girl. The next question I asked Malaya was, did you feel uncomfortable with going into training knowing people might feel a type of way towards you for being gay? She said, no, I didn't feel uncomfortable regardless. We are wearing the same uniform, and if we both get deployed, I could be the one saving your life. My sexuality is only one thing about me. There are other things to discover about me. The military actually made me brave enough to completely come out and not care about anyone's opinion. The next question I asked her was, did you experience any verbal or physical discrimination while in training? She stated, in AIT there was a female who was racist and homophobic. Her room was across from mine. She would report false things about me having sex with females in my room. Those things never happened. She told a friend of mine to keep me away from her because she doesn't like gay people. She said she doesn't think regular people and those gays should be housed in the same barracks. Barracks are living arrangements, almost like an apartment, but you share it with over 60 people. I let things like that roll off my shoulder. It doesn't bother me. Did people in training with you say certain things to you because of your sexuality or the way you wore your hair? She wore her hair very short. It was about 1 inch from her scalp. Some people purposely call me a boy, but I don't think all people say the things that they say in an offensive way. I think most people honestly don't know anything about the lifestyle. So they say things like, "Don't you want to be a boy?" And my answer is always no. My next question was, did your higher up say anything to you that upset or made you uncomfortable about you being gay? Never. If they did, I wouldn't still be in the unit. Next question. Have you experienced any type of discrimination because you are homosexual while being in the military? She stated yes, but not very often. I've overheard name calling before. A couple people using the word dyke. I don't pay it much attention. People in basic training wouldn't want me to sit with them because I was gay, assuming I would sexually assault them. But I don't blame them. I blame their ignorance. My next question was, have you experienced any type of discrimination or hate towards you from anyone in your unit? She's currently been in her unit for a couple years now. It was the first one she got into after she came from training, which is about 20 weeks. She said no. Everyone treats her equal. She gets promoted. She gets school points and everything. And nobody judges her because of her sexuality. My final question for the interview, I asked, do you have a story to share that would benefit this project? As far as homosexuals in the military still experiencing discrimination or harsh comments towards them because of their sexuality. She stated, I was walking down the street with my sister one day and a man noticed I had my dog tags tucked in. He asked what branch I was and I began to explain to him. Then he noticed my haircut and clothes and also noticed that what he didn't know was my sister was dressed a lot more feminine than me. He walked away and said, how do these gays and dykes keep getting into the military? This man had never been in the service a day in his life. He never went to basic training or anything. I'm gay, but was strong enough to get through basic training. I'm gay, but was strong enough to get through AIT. I'm gay, but could really be the person saving a straight person's life. At the end of the day, my sexuality does not define me. So if you want to judge someone's ability to fulfill their contract and duties to the country, then you need to reevaluate your way of thinking. And that concluded the interview that I did with Malaya Mack. Being gay in the military was marginalized at one point, but now you can go to different people in the military to report discrimination of any sort, and its extreme consequences, and can even get you discharged out of the military now. So I don't think being gay can stop you from being promoted now or anything like that. You can still move up through ranks and you can't be discriminated because of your sexual identity. Some people view lesbians in the military as okay and gay men in the military not okay. But overall, the way they can be treated can be different. Sometimes males are a little bit more physical versus females are usually more mental with spreading rumors and stuff like that.
Completely wrong to allow gay males in the military. However, he thinks that it makes sense to allow lesbians into the military because he feels that it would give straight male soldiers the opportunity to convert female lesbian soldiers. All right? So I'm going to read you the part of the op-ed that indicated what I just described, and then explain what happened after that. So he says, my solution would get the distaff part of our homosexual population off our collective brokeback, thus giving straight male GIs a fair shot at converting lesbians and bringing them into the mainstream. I'm sorry, what does all this have to do with force readiness and don't hint, don't wink, or whatever they're calling it these days? My answer should by now be as painfully obvious as a genital rash. Gays spread disease at a rate out of all proportion to their members in our population and should be excluded from the military. Just complete hate.
I think some of the issues that are still there to this current day are just, you can't get every bad seed, So you're going to have people that still feel uncomfortable with homosexuals in the military, people that still discriminate them as well. But I think it's a little different now because there are a lot of consequences for discriminating against somebody because of their sexual identity, race, or anything like that. It can lead to discharge. You could get demoted, lose retirement points and everything. So people aren't as open to discriminating people as they were before Don't Ask, Don't Tell.
COUNTRY.
COUNTRY.
For duty, honor, country, I'd give my life.
For duty, honor, country, I'd give my life.